squeaks sometimes, first thing I would say, just need oil, right? Sometimes they just need oil. Like, like when you're saying that, and they come in different flavors too. I think there are temporary solutions. I think there are permanent solutions. There's game-changing solutions. See? And so to me, I think assessing right is probably where you want to start. And so you want to define it first. The deeper part, I think, is how do you vet these solutions? I think that's really what you're asking. And that question's even better because you start prioritizing what you're discovering, right? So like with the cattle story I just told you, I told you about all the struggle with the cattle and that we're working with 1960 product, and then we shift gears and we're registered. But what do we end up doing more of? Hay. And so watch this. The denominator that A&M was teaching was dollars per animal unit. Dollars per animal unit. So you would take the revenue from the cattle each year and divide by, and you get this denominator, this number. Well, once we got into hay, there's no animal unit. So I said, well, it's dollars per acre. So let's do dollars per acre. And this is just me in my head, like driving, I'm just thinking. And I thought, well, wait a minute, I wonder what dollars per acre is with cattle. Guys, that was the question. Let me tell you something. Wow. Einstein, yes. And by the way, I'll tell you what the number was. The number was 9.5 times the cattle number. Yeah, with the same acreage, the revenue is 9.5 times.
Gosh.
Okay, we just found something. So to me, it wasn't like I was looking at cattle as a problem. Does that make sense? So here's something Einstein said. You've heard me say this before. I love this quote because I think it opens the door for everybody listening. He said, it's not that I'm smarter, I just stay with the problem longer. But here's the thing. There's another thing that you don't hear me talk about a lot because I often don't get a chance to go this deep. But here it is. It's not like he just sits there with the problem and waits for it to solve itself. Here's what he said. He said, if you put me in a critical position, this is still Einstein, and you only gave me an hour, like it was life-threatening, and you only gave me an hour to solve it, I'd spend 55 minutes working on the question so that I'd only have to need 5 minutes to solve it.
Wow.
It is a wow.
That's deep.
It is because, see, I think there's a lot of folks that are what I call in the red zone on the football field. They've moved the ball in their business so far and they get stuck in the red zone. Like they settle for field goals because they forget how they got there. They got there by asking really good questions. It might've been their why. Like Charity, it might be for you, you're doing this for your family, for the kids. You're okay. So what happens when they graduate? Or when you go, God forbid, right?
I'm working on that. I don't know.
There's some shifts that are coming. Like we know that life evolves. It doesn't stay the same. So it's, to me, these are healthy questions. And they also keep us humble. Like to me, any of our leaders that don't ask questions, I will find opportunities in a group to remind them, if you're not asking questions out loud, you may want to check the old humility meter. Like if you have all the answers, be careful, ask questions.